Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm your name. And today I want to share a deeply personal story about trust, heartbreak, and the hard truths that sometimes shatter the life you thought you knew. This is a story about love tested, betrayal, and finding the strength to rebuild when everything falls apart. So grab a seat, take a deep breath, and let's dive in. Have you ever felt like every piece of your life was perfectly aligned, like a carefully crafted puzzle where each part fit just right? That was how I felt about my marriage to Sarah. I believed our relationship was a fortress, built on promises so strong they seemed unbreakable. We were partners in every sense, unshakable, unstoppable. Our love felt like it could withstand anything. But life has a brutal way of tearing down the walls you build around yourself. It starts small, almost invisible, and before you realize it, the foundation begins to crack and everything you believed in starts to fall apart. It began with a simple request. One evening, Sarah looked at me with eyes full of quiet exhaustion and said, "I think I need some space. Just a little time to breathe on my own." Her voice was gentle, but there was a firmness beneath it that I couldn't ignore. She searched my face, trying to soften the blow, to make sure I wouldn't recoil. I was confused and hurt, but my love for her pushed those feelings down deep. I nodded, told her I understood, that I wanted to be the husband who supported her no matter what, even if it meant stepping aside for a moment. I told myself it was just a rough patch, something temporary caused by stress or the weight of daily life. The first week without her felt surreal. Our home was quieter, colder, almost hollow. I reached out constantly. Texts, calls, little messages hoping to bridge the distance, but her answers were brief and distant, like echoes from another world. I told myself to be patient. She just needed time. Weeks passed, then a month. The silence grew louder, pressing down on me. No visits, no calls returned, no explanations. Just emptiness. I replayed our last conversations in my mind, searching for a missed sign, wondering if I had failed her. Was I not enough? Friends advised me to move on, to focus on myself. I buried myself in work, in distractions, but nothing could fill the growing void. It wasn't just a break anymore. It was a chasm between us. After 2 months, the reality settled like a stone in my chest. Sarah was gone. Not just physically but emotionally too. The life we built together felt like a dream slipping through my fingers. Then, after 3 months, she came back. That day is etched into my memory. I was home when the knock came. Tentative, hesitant. Opening the door, I saw a woman I barely recognized. Weary, drained, carrying a heaviness that went beyond exhaustion. For a moment, hope flared inside me. Maybe she was ready to fight for us, to rebuild what we had lost. But then she spoke, and the ground beneath me gave way. "I'm pregnant," she said, her voice trembling. "But the baby, it's not yours." She told me about a man she'd been with during our separation. An impulsive mistake, a brief encounter. The child she carried belonged to someone else. I was stunned. The world tilted, everything spinning out of control. How do you process the fact that the person you trusted most in the world betrayed you so completely? The pain was sharp, burning deep inside me. Betrayal, anger, heartbreak, confusion. They all collided, overwhelming me. Sarah tried to explain. She spoke of loneliness, confusion, feeling lost. She begged for forgiveness, hoping I'd understand, hoping I could look past it. But my heart was broken beyond repair. The home that once held love and laughter now felt alien. The future we dreamed of had crumbled. I struggled with what to do. Part of me wanted to forgive, to salvage what we had. But the wounds were too deep. I knew I had to protect myself, my heart, my dignity, my future. So I made the hardest decision of my life. I filed for divorce. And I didn't stop there. I pursued legal action to hold her accountable for the betrayal. I couldn't let her walk away unscathed after what she'd done. The legal battle was exhausting, emotionally and physically draining. Courtrooms, lawyers, paperwork. It was a war I never wanted to fight. Friends and family stood by me, but no one could truly understand the storm raging inside. Each hearing reopened wounds, but I stood firm. I refused to let this pain define me. Slowly, I began to rebuild. I focused on healing, rediscovering who I was beyond that broken marriage. It wasn't easy. Some nights, loneliness threatened to swallow me whole. I doubted if I could ever trust again. But step by step, I carved a new path. This experience taught me harsh truths about love and trust. Sometimes, love alone isn't enough. Sometimes, space isn't a pause. It's the start of a painful ending. And sometimes, the person you thought you knew becomes a stranger overnight. But through it all, I found strength, the courage to walk away, to fight for myself, and to begin again. If you're facing something similar, know this. Your pain is real, your feelings are valid. But you have the power to write your own story, to protect your heart, and to build a future beyond the hurt. Thank you for listening to my story. If you've been through betrayal or heartbreak, you're not alone. Feel free to share your experience. And if you want to hear more stories of people overcoming pain and finding hope, stay connected. Thanks so much for listening to my story. If you've ever faced betrayal or heartbreak, know you're not alone, and your feelings are valid. I'd love to hear your experiences or thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you want to hear more real stories of pain, healing, and hope. Until next time, take care of yourself and keep moving forward.